And we are back. Back 9 of the Veterans for Vets tournament at the farm at Quail Valley. Picking right back up where we left off, and we're going to just dive right into it. Hole 9, par 3, really tough tunnel shot. You have to get through this gap that's about 200 feet off the tee, and it's only about 20 feet wide, and about 20 feet high as well. So there is the line straight through here. You can also take the Sky Hyzer route that you'll see some players on this card take, I believe, and then smashing right in here to this huge green, OB all around it. Pretty difficult hole. Gavin off at the tee first.
Come on. Push.
And that holds line pretty well, but just hooks up a little too soon. He'll be in the middle. Here's a Matt, ending up over a little short. Colton electing to take this Hyzer line, and it drops in a little soon for him. And here's Taco. He was destined for that tree there pretty soon off the bat. Matt with an up, and that gets caught up in the right. Gavin having a fortunate kick to the middle of the fairway.
Go up now.
Should be able to get up and down from there. Some acrobatics being displayed here from Taco to get his up, and gives it a really good bid from his stance. Colton also having a fortunate kick here.
Yep.
He'll take his par from there as well. Here's Matt to save par.
Oh no.
He's just off left, and that'll go a bit. He'll have a difficult comeback for his bogey. Taco for 3. Bang. Not a problem for the vet. Matt for bogey. And that'll chain out pro side. He'll have to take a 5 on this hole. Gavin clean up for par.
Go in the hole. Get in the hole.
Cool par as well.
Matt, what'd you get?
On to hole 10 we go. 11, excuse me. On to hole 11. Hole 11 is a pretty unique shape of a hole. The most common play is a big flex forehand out to the left side here. This gap initially off the basket going uphill hides the entire fairway and the entire green from your vision. So it's really hard to film, even harder to play. But if you throw a backhand over towards that big left fairway and have it cut in, hook up on the right, you will have a decent looking putt. But again, this is a really hard green to hit. Gavin's gonna throw a backhand, clips the right side of that tree. And that will not be in great shape. He'll be able to get up and down, hopefully, but nowhere close to the green. Here's the more popular line from Colton. If you have a forehand, you can see he threw this just a little too far, hitting the evergreen tree on the back of the fairway. Taco's going to try and match that with maybe a little less velocity. It's looking pretty good. He'll be in about the same spot. Matt trying that turnover line. Swings it way right, but that'll hook up and lands close to where Colton is. So here's Gavin from the rough, about 150 from the basket. A good hyzer up. That'll put him in circle. So Matt here behind this tree, about 50 from the basket, gives it a scare, almost hitting metal there from behind 2 really big trees. Colton the same shot. Another really good bid. We have Taco for his first birdie of the day here. Bang, no problem. He's psyched about it too. Rough front 9, but he's getting his back 9 going here. Colton for his comeback par. No problem. He's relieved.
it was just like so.
And a good drink from those guys as well. On to hole 12, the famous tractor hole. Wide open fairway, only OB is the fences all the way around, so you can go deep OB. But as you can see, the basket here is actually up on a John Deere tractor, super high elevated basket. Really not a great look at an ace run if you want to get your two, but
Mile in the air.
Taco doing a huge flex here.
Back in fairway.
Comes back about circle's edge, but a circle's edge putt on this basket is really scary. Gavin showing us the hyzer line.
Great shot.
It'll be a little past. Colton ripping the same line here. Similar shot. If they can get this spike down, it'll be in good shape. Onto the tractor. Colton is absolutely parked. And really, unless you're like on this John Deere tractor, you're gonna have a scary putt, just because of the height of this basket.
Yeah, I wasn't calling football for nameless, man. Just letting you know. You want to do like some sort of kneel.
And Matt from about 50, giving it a run. Might have to pay the price there. He'll still be about 25 feet for his par. Taco from a little closer. Giving this a bit as well. Oh, off the top band. And they'll skip out to about 20 feet. So look at this. This is a scary comeback putt for your savior par. An unfortunate kick there, and he'll have another 15-footer. And same with Taco. You get some big numbers on these elevated baskets. Gavin missing his birdie, but that'll sit down nicely for a tap in for his par. And grabs chain there for Matt. Taco for his 4. Grabs it. Look how parked Colton is here. He's almost so parked that it could be a difficult putt. But he'll turbo that in for a good
Great
2.
two.
Got right behind him. His par. And on to hole 13. Shout out to Coda Hatfield, the card behind these guys. Grabbing the ace on this hole, full hyzer around these trees to the right and crashing down into chains. It was a really cool ace to watch. A lot of these guys will throw straight here at the pin, this line, try and get it to scoot up and land flat to have a putt at this green. Colton first off the box. And bit of an early release there. Not hitting any trees, but getting no turn on that shot like I'm sure he wanted. Gavin see if he can correct that. Good turn. And that'll hit right behind a tree. Probably still be in circle. Here's Taco. Better correction there. Oof, gets caught up in some phantom branch. He'll still be in circle as well.
It was gonna slow down.
Matt. Pretty low, coming in hot. It's a full hyzer skip over the pond.
I thought that was skipping that way.
And he'll take it. Colton from about 50, laying up, taking the par. Smart golf. Awkward putt for Gavin around a tree. Gives it a scare, but no dice. Taco from circle's edge. Saw it off a little early. And Matt for a 2. Yes, sir. Am side.
Left side, bro.
Good birdie on this hole. Colton for his comeback par. No problem. We'll have these guys finish out. On to infamous hole 14. Double Mando about 100 feet off the start of the hole, and then just riddled with lines and lines and lines of trees. Almost impossible to throw the distance through this first gap. Ideally, you want to flex something out into the right side where it's more open and just kind of pray you miss some trees to get a look at the green. You'll see some big numbers on this hole just because if you kick left, you're going to have just a massive array of trees to deal with the entire time up to the basket. So if you do happen to get through, you have 2 guardian trees here, an Obi Creek that runs behind, but other than that, a pretty wide open green to see if you can snag a 3. Matt with the tee box. Hits the Mando, but kicks left to the unfavorable side of the fairway. Again, missing right after the Mando, of course, is the mistake to make. And Colton misses left, but gets a good kick right, and he is okay with that. And Gavin missing left as well. And Taco,
He wanted the right
gets
side.
big turn on it and kicks all the way left. So he's going to be in somewhat jail. You'll see he'll have not much, but like a desperation flex forehand here to try and get out of this maze of trees. Yeah, and just not much there to work with. Coming from the right side. You can see here on the right, if he chooses to throw a hyzer line, it is open, but he's looking to attack straight. And throws it a little low, but he'll get close to being out. Gavin in the same kind of garbage that Taco's in over here on the left side. Just trying to punch through, but these lines are real tight. Great up there from Gavin. Finally getting to Matt's drive here. He'll hit an early tree as well. Finally look at the basket. Decent bid there from Matt. Colton's 3rd shot here. Just trying to save a bogey at this point.
You got that putt all day.
Matt gets nothing there on that comeback. Taco soars over the top. We're going to have some big numbers from these guys in this hole. Colton for his 4. Oh, just off the top band. He'll take a 5. Clean that up. Taco for the comeback. Off cage. It's good to see these guys having fun out here. Tough conditions, tough course, but for a good cause. So we'll have these cleanups. And we'll be on our way. Ooh, trick shot there from Taco. On to hole 15. Off the tee, you're going to want to throw something that starts on a hyzer and flips pretty hard right. And you're going to have a good amount of height on this shot because ideally you're going to want to get up this little cliff up onto this basin to have a look at it too. You can see you climb those stairs up to this green. It's about 20 feet, 25 feet above where you're throwing from. So it's about 400 to the cliff, but you got to throw a bigger shot to get it to stick up there. Good line there from Gavin. If it can stick, rolls down but stays up on the ledge. He'll be happy with that. Big turnover there from Matt. And we'll have to see where that ends up. There's quite a bit of space open on the back right side that we can't really see. If you get around that big tree, you'll be in good shape for your 3. Very similar shot there from Colton. That is blind to the players, so they can't really see where they end up.
Getting into one.
More of a straight line approach there from Taco, but he has a little bit too much turn on that as well. So Colton ending up about 80 feet, 90 feet from the basket, and 25 feet below the basket. So kind of a tricky upshot here to get up on the green. That shouldn't be a problem. Matt a little closer, but look at this angle that he's got to deal with. He'll put it up there just fine. Taco a little far back, trying to get some kind of footing. Just to toss it up to tap out for a par. But he really ripped on that shot. He got all of 450. And Gavin giving that a bid. Really good look at a 2. Colton smashing that in for a par. It looks like we will have a star par here from the guys. No problem. On to hole 16, pretty picturesque hole. This first shot, you're going to have to throw something big hyzery that hangs out on the right side of this road that does play OB. Fence plays OB, and then hopefully crashing back down in front of this tree to about this area. There's a creek that runs through that plays OB, so you got to navigate through these gaps in the trees to get onto this green with a big American flag hole. This place is a par 4. But a really fun tee shot. You can just hang this out over the road and then crash back down. Huge rip there from Gavin. All of 460 there. Matt plays this one a little safe. And hit that tree. Middle of the fairway. This is an absolute smash from Colton. And if you can see where this comes down, it's over by the creek, which has got to be at least 500. Granted, it is downhill, but Colton got all of that shot. And Taco landing on that tree over by Matt. So a little bit in the middle of the fairway, a long gap that they'll have to hit. That's about 150. And Taco misses it. And Heiser kicks and stays in bounds. He'll be happy about that. Could have been worse. And Matt absolutely threads this line right up to the pin. Great upshot from where he was. And Colton almost going OB on his drive to this creek, which has never been a problem for me or anyone that I've ever played with here. So an absolute bomb from Colton. Good upshot. We missed 2 of these guys due to a camera malfunction, but Matt and Taco both had their ups pretty decent. Oh, and I'll just chant out there, am side. Here's where Matt's upshot landed. So this is first 3, and he'll go am side as well. These guys played this hole pretty well, but putting with loose footing is never fun. So I'll have these guys clean up on this big American flag hole 16 bucket. No problem. On to 17. Kind of a unique shaped shot. There's like a slight flex forehand line that flirts with this OB on the left, but other than that, you kind of want to throw something straight to the right of these trees and then hope that it scoots back in towards the green. With the trees on the right, OB on the left. Gavin's got the box. And that's a really pretty line there. Almost giving it a run. Great up there from Gavin. 17. And Matt goes into the ground, into the snow there. But middle of the fairway.
Ground action we've
Good
seen all
look at
day.
his upshot there. Colton's going to show us this forehand flex line. Throw something fairly stable on a little bit of an ante. Gets one big skip, another big skip, hits the rock, and drops about 20 feet from the basket. Really, really good shot. Taco showing this right side line, hits an unfortunate tree.
Oh yeah.
Really good up there from Matt. Taco from circle 2.
It's going.
To take a par. Cashing out for the 3. We got 2 birdie putts. Colton, no problem. Great bird. And Gavin for his 2. Yes, sir. Bounced off the top. Good 2 there from Gavin. 3 from Taco. On to the next. Hole 18. We did it, folks. Hole 18 claims to be a par 3, but really will play as a par 4. Pretty much the only option is to throw a rock or something slow and straight here through this first gap. If you want to go for a big smash forehand, I suppose you could have a look at the basket, but not much for a 2. As your first shot will land here, second shot something up, and if you do that twice, you'll have a circle 1 look out of 3, which I claim for that to be a birdie, but we'll see what UDisc says.
Is it a big old bean, dude? Jeez.
Gavin's got the box, and he will do just that.
That is a great shot.
Straight up to the first gap there. Colton releases this astronomically early, and he will go immediately OB. And Matt will throw this very high as well, and into the first tree as well. Let's see if talking correct here. That's a really good shot.
Blew like a DX rock.
So Matt, about 40 feet off the tee, he'll hit another tree, but staying in bounds. Colton drop here at the 5 speed limit sign with this yellow electrical wire kind of in his way, I'd imagine. Throwing a flex forehand. We'll have to see where that ends up. Gavin playing this hole exactly how it was intended. Rock, rock, putt. And another good up there from Taco. Those guys will both be in circle. Here's Matt's 3rd. He'll have a circle look as well. Colton must have kicked here to the center of the fairway. Fortunate for him. Got a good round going. See if we can salvage a 4. Matt for bogey. Oof. Didn't want him to have it. Taco misses the right side as well. So Matt will clean up. Not the round he was looking for, but he played well. Great 3 there from Gavin. Taco banging it home on 18. And Colton will tap out here as well. So there you have it, folks. The Veterans for Vets tourney from the farm at Quail Valley. It's been a doozy. Thank you guys for tuning in to Penner Productions. Let's take a look at that leaderboard here. the MPO results, Eric McCabe taking the title, course designer. He's got to have it. And Gavin Ostenkamp 1 stroke back of him at 57. Colton coming in at 6th, and Matt 12th, Taco 14th. So thank you guys again for tuning in. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel. Appreciate your support. Thank you. Peace.